Hi, this is Ginni Aneja, Numerologist and Tarot card reader. This is about the thread that I have been doing about relationships, woman empowerment, and all those kinds of things. So there have been a lot of questions from a lot of people, and although I'm not really any authority to talk about it, but little of what I know, and these are completely my views on the subject, is what I am talking about. Now, in the last video, I spoke about love between a man and a wife. Now, love between a man and a wife does not mean just sexual love or just romantic love. You have to understand one thing, that love basically is divine. And it is the divine kind of love that I'm talking about, which encompasses complete respect and devotion for each other. It's only when that respect and that devotion comes into a relationship does it really become a soulmate relationship or an unbreakable relationship. Now, when I say soulmate relationship or love between a man and a woman, you have to understand that we all know that a man expects a woman to be his mother in the kitchen. That's what it's said. A sister to look after him, to care for him, and a friend when he needs to talk about worldly issues or any kind of personal issues. And then the divine Apsara or Rambha or completely a woman who sheds all her inhibitions in bed. She is also the daughter. She is also all kinds of relationships put into one for a man. That is what a wife for a man is, or a companion for a man is. That's exactly what he expects. But if you are expecting, if a man, for example, is expecting all this to come from a woman, this is exactly how he needs to treat her as well. If you want a woman to be a mother, treat her like a mother. Give her that respect that you would give your mother. That does not mean that you start seeing your mother in her, but a lot of people have done that in the past. And when you want her to be, when you want her to take care of you, you need to protect her as a brother. You need to look after her as a brother, exactly how you would look after your own sister. When it comes to a friend, a man and wife, man and woman, a couple would not really need any other external friends when they become friends with each other or for each other. Now, what does it mean becoming a friend for each other and with each other? It basically means, what is friendship? Today, friendship has become a very broad perspective, and anyone and everyone is termed as a friend. Somebody who is an acquaintance, somebody you've met online, it becomes a friend. But that's not the way it is. A friend is somebody who is not judgmental about you. A friend is somebody who gives you the right advice. A friend is somebody who stands by you come what may in every manner. That is what a friend is. A friend is somebody who understands you inside out, the core of you, and accepts you for what you are. It's only when a person will accept you for what you are, will that person be non-judgmental, and will that person care for you and love you. That is divine love. When a man starts treating his wife in these manners, that is when she reciprocates with exactly the same feelings for him. It takes time for two people who are unknown to each other, two people who are not used to living with each other, to learn their habits, understand their habits, and accept it. But that does not need to have come as a shock or a surprise or something which is, unacceptable. What is the meaning of marriage? The meaning of marriage or companionship or love is to accept each other the way the person is, with the good and the bad. Nobody is perfect. If one is not perfect, the other one also is not perfect. So that is when that is when a woman can behave in the manner you expect her to be. But today, men want women to earn. Well, actually, going out and earning, that part of action is supposedly the main prerogative. Whereas today, men want women to earn as well, do all the household work as well, and look after the children as well, bear the children as well. You have to understand that the yin and yang, the Shiva and the Shakti, they have their own definition. The Shiva or the Yang is the action part. That is going out, making money, doing the action necessary to take the responsibility of your household and your family. Whereas the Yin or the Shakti is supposed to be supporting him in every manner, looking after the house, looking after the children, looking after the kitchen, and being that companion to him in every way possible. Now, that does not mean that if there are any kind of unjust demands from the man, that the woman should or will have to do that. No, she has to maintain her self-respect and self-love. She has to maintain the rights and wrongs, because both of them together, when they support each other, is when they spiritually evolve. This journey about a husband and wife, or this life on earth, is basically for spiritual evolvement. It's why aren't animals expected to do that? Because they just have sex when they want to have. They eat whatever from wherever, and that is not what humans are supposed to do. So initially, humans were supposed to copulate only when they wished to procreate. It's even written in the Gita that humans were supposed to have sex only when they plan to have a baby, not otherwise. But today, the moment a child reaches puberty, they want to start having sex. Earlier, now if you remember, in the earlier times, people used to marry their children off as children. The marriage used to take place at a very early age, and the girl used to go back to her parents' house, and they both knew that they were supposed to get married to each other, and they were supposed to be faithful to each other. And over time, whenever the families used to meet, or they used to write letters to each other and things like that, that is how they used to understand each other, or try and get to understand each other. And they knew that they were meant to be together. As they grew together, when the girl started menstruating and the boy had reached his puberty, that is when the girl was sent to the boy's house. And they literally grew up together. That is how they understood each other better. They accepted each other faster, because it's easier for a child to do that. And there were no judgments. Now, if you know what I mean, if you've seen the film Balika Badhu, that film is something, story like this. Now, why were children married off so early? Why is it supposed to be that a husband and wife are supposed to be faithful to each other? Why is it that you should not have more than one partner for sex? What happens is that when two people have sex, the DNA of one person gets attached to the DNA of the other person. Basically, what I mean is that the man leaves his DNA in the woman, and the woman's DNA as well, in some manner, enters the man. And when people say that no, nothing enters the man. That's not true. Even when you kiss, then you exchange DNAs. Now imagine somebody having sex with 20,000 partners or 100 partners in their lifetime, and those 100 partners having sex with another 100 each. How many DNAs are you carrying in your body? Your causal body is going to be completely thrown off balance and is going to be a confused entity. And when you have children, those children are going to probably carry all those DNAs and genes and the characteristics. That child is going to grow up to be a completely confused and disturbed child. That is the reason they always insisted on having one partner. Now, when I say that in earlier days, people used to have sex only when they wanted to procreate. Humans do not create, they procreate. So they used to do that because saving the semen or the ejaculation of the woman makes the human, or the man or the woman, a stronger person. Physically, it really helps to remain younger and stronger, physically stronger, mentally and emotionally stronger. But when you are having casual sex, or when you are masturbating, or when you're having multiple partners and you're wasting all that liquid from your body, each and every drop of that liquid takes a lot of blood and years to form. Now, recently I read a book, and in that book it was written that even when you masturbate and you lose all those sperms who go down the drain, or all those sperms who go into the woman but do not procreate into a child, all those sperms have a karmic bondage with you. And at some point, you will have to take birth as a sperm, those many times as many sperms you waste, and have that journey of going into a woman's womb and not becoming a child. And that is not a very happy journey, although it is short-lived. So there are a lot of scientific evidences to all of this. And also, when I said in that video, in one of my videos, I mentioned that the world revolves around sex. This is what I meant. Why do parents get their children married? Why is one person supposed to be only with one partner? Because, like I said, the world revolves around sex, and everybody needs sex. If the woman is going to be working, if the man is working, they're both earning their own money. And other than the fact that it's only the woman who can bear a child, the man doesn't really need a woman. He has a mother to cook for him. He has a sister. He has, he is quite capable by his own self. And generally, mothers don't really die that early. So for most part of his life, his mother is with him. So what does he need a woman for? To have sex. That's the reason they get their boys married off, so that they do not go around, having sex with anyone and everyone. Because if in time they do not get him married off, he would be probably messing around with the people in his locality or his friend circle. Which means, coming back to square one, not only the single women, but also the married women, if those married women are not satisfied by their husbands. Why does a woman need to get married to a man? Other than the fact that, she can easily sleep with somebody and have a child. If she is working, she can adopt a child. If she is working, she is, she has the money for her own self. She doesn't need a man. Why does she need a man? The only reason she needs a man is to have regular sex, safe sex, with somebody who she can trust. But if there is no trust, there is no respect in a relationship, then that relationship really has no meaning. And it has to be both ways, it cannot be one way. So, when you talk about love, all this that I said was the background. When you talk about love, love is something you call what Radha and Meera had for Krishna. Love is something that you call the fakirs who have for Muhammad. Love is something you call the Aghoris have for Shiva Parvati or Shiva Shakti. Love is something which Sudama had for Krishna. That is love, which is devotion, which is divine, where you don't really need the body of the person, where even the thought, you can telepathically reach your partner if that love and that devotion is so strong, or that connection is so strong. And how does a connection form? A connection forms when that love is so strong from both the sides. Otherwise, the man wouldn't know what the wife is doing, and the wife wouldn't know what the man is doing once outside the house. And that is what brings in the insecurity that I am out of the house. I wonder what my wife is doing. Well, if you would have kept her happy, given her the love and respect, she would not even look at another man. Forget thinking about him or dreaming about him or doing anything with him. Same goes for the man. If the woman were to keep him happy, give him that love, respect, and sexual satisfaction that he wants, the man would not stray. But what has happened that over centuries, a lot of karmic deaths have been created because everybody is taking birth, every soul is taking birth so many times that in every life, the soul has a different husband or a wife. You don't know whether the soul was a man or a woman. The soul could have been an animal and had sex with so many other animals. So it depends on their karma, it depends on their past life stories, and depends on their karmic deaths. So things have changed, especially in this fast age where internet, social media, mainstream media has really messed up lives. All that you see on the mainstream media is 99% bullshit. And what you see, it's manipulated, let me warn you. And that exposure to social media has become so harmful, that people have become addicted to it. And the problem is why marriages are not lasting. I was just having this discussion yesterday with my friend. Why are marriages not lasting? The only reason is that everybody thinks that they have a lot of options. Why are those options? Because of social media, because of the dating sites, because the women are now financially becoming independent. That is why they think they have options. What is the point? How do you know the second person is not going to turn out the same way? I'll tell you something. Being a numerologist, being a student of astrology, what I have learned, which I never used to believe, I never believed in past lives, I never believed in destiny. The only thing I believed in was karma. The only thing I believed in is you do your karma right and things will fall into place. Well, over years, I started believing, and of course, I had to definitely go through a lot for me to believe in that. Now, when a person is meant to go through certain troubles and issues in life, you can get married 100 times, you will face the same issues. Unless that time period is over and you have paid your karmic debt. If you have paid off your karmic debt to so-and-so people, you will probably end up finding someone who will give you that joy or happiness. Of course, the condition is that you have done right karmas, you've been a nice person, you've been compassionate, kind, and loving and caring, and you have tried on your level to do everything right. So, well, there is much more to it, and I don't think I have missed out anything much in this. I've tried my level best to explain what my point of view is. Whatever it is that I have said is things I've read and I have heard and I have learned from gurus or I have experienced. And of course, there is much more to it. Once you start going into detail, there is no end to it. But I again stress on the fact that these are completely my views and opinions. Everybody is free to have their views and opinions. And of course, I am no authority on any of this. This is just something that I am still learning in my spiritual growth and trying to imbibe in my life. And well, I hope you enjoyed this series. I'm hoping that this was the last of them, unless some other question pops up or some other thing that I realize I have missed out in my flow of things. Because what I'm doing is I'm just talking impromptu. I don't have anything written down. I am not planning this. This is just something that is coming up as and when I talk. So thank you so much for watching. And meanwhile, yes, don't forget that I'm a tarot reader and numerologist. And in case you wish an appointment, you can always get in touch with me to know what is destined. To know, of course, if you want to know more about a lot of other things, I'm always open to talking about it. I don't charge for talking unless it's personal guidance. Thank you so much and take care. Goodbye.